We are at one of the most affordable communities right here in the North Houston area. We're in Conroe today. When you think of Conroe, a lot of people think of north of the Woodlands, that part of Conroe. Conroe is massive. We're actually on the south part of Conroe right now. We're just minutes to the Woodlands, minutes to Kingwood, to the airport, to all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna show you these different floor plans. Actually gonna show you this one last. This is one of the more popular floor plans. You got these big tall ceilings. It's open up there to that game room. Actually, let me flip you around here, or I'll flip around here and show you this for a second. But if you look at this, here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Here it is. But this is one of the more popular floor plans I'm getting requested. People love these really tall, high ceilings. You can see it goes all the way up. You got those big windows up there on the top. You got your little dining space over here. You got your kitchen back here on this side. I'm gonna do a full walkthrough of this home. We're gonna look at this one last. And like I said, the most affordable homes right here. I'm just gonna tell you this exact floor plan starts right around $273,000. So we're gonna walk through this whole thing. I'm gonna show you the inventory, what they have, what these things are costing, and the incentives. There's also two more homes. Century Communities and Legend Builders are also in this community. So we're gonna look at those as well, look at their prices, which we're all gonna be right around this same price point in here. We're gonna check those out. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the Century home, which is actually right next door to this home. And then after that, I'm gonna pull up a map and I'm gonna show you exactly where we are in the Houston area. That way you know exactly what there is to do, not only just right here in this specific vicinity, but also how close we are to the Woodlands, to the airport, to get to downtown, to get to wherever you need to get to, grocery stores, malls, shopping, all of that stuff. I'm gonna pull up a map. I'm gonna show you that. Also gonna show you some of the amenities here. Not too much as far as amenities in this community. There's little parks and things like that. Elementary schools right here on site. So I'm gonna show you the amenities. I'm gonna show you the schools as well. And then at the end, actually gonna pull up a mortgage calculator. I'm gonna show you some of these homes, some of the other homes that are for sale in this community. And I'll pull up a mortgage calculator so you can see what a mortgage might look like, kind of rough numbers on what it would look like on homes, just like these ones that we're about to look at. So let's go ahead, jump into this first home. Actually, just behind me right here, this is the first Century Community home we're gonna go check out. I'll see you in there. All right, so here we are in front of this first house. The first thing you're gonna notice, you have a 3-car garage here with these. These are 50-foot wide lots. So your third car space is those windows over there on the left. That's actually gonna be the third car space, and then the 2-car garage right there in front of me. And then your entryway obviously would be over here on the right-hand side. You have this little front porch area, covered front porch area, which is pretty cool. And then coming inside this home, you have this big vaulted ceiling entry. You can see the stairs go up right there to the game room, and then this long entryway into where it opens up to your kitchen, dining room, and living area. So really nice. You have this big oversized island right there in the middle. You can see they got a few bar stools right there, so it kind of adds a little extra dining space right there at that island. Then coming this way, you have your actual dining room right there, and then a big pantry right off of that dining room and kitchen area as well. So again, coming back this way, check out that island one more time. You have this little extra cabinet and countertop space right there to the left of the fridge. And a lot of cabinets, a lot of countertop space. Really good use of that entire kitchen space right there. And then coming over here to the left, you have one of your bedrooms that's downstairs. So you have this first bedroom. They kind of have it set up as an office, but it technically is a bedroom. It has a closet attached to it, which you'll see as we come back this way. So this home, I forgot to mention, it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and 3-car garage. So 2 bedrooms. Downstairs you have this secondary bedroom with that walk-in closet and your primary bedroom. Just wanted to note that real quick. So you come out into this hallway, you have that little mud room right there off of the garage entry, and then your laundry room right here too. So when you come into the house from your garage, you would enter in through this hallway. You have your laundry, your mud room. You also have a full bathroom right here. So you can see you had a single sink vanity, shower tub combo. Coming back outside this way, we will get back out into this hallway, go walk through this kitchen living room area one more time and kind of show you that. So nice gas cooktop right there, and then we'll show you this big walk-in pantry too. Actually, especially at this price point, having a huge walk-in pantry like that is pretty rare, so that's pretty cool to have that there also. And then one more look at this little dining room area, then we'll come over here around into the living room. So really good use of natural light too. You have those nice big windows right there off the living room looking out to the backyard. backyard. You have your primary suite right here off of that living area, which I'll show you in a minute. We're gonna go upstairs first and we will check out the game room, the additional bedrooms up there, and another bathroom as well too. So one more look at this living room. As I said, you got the primary right there to the right off the living room. We're gonna go walk down this way and go upstairs. And this place is big too. You can see how long it takes me to kind of walk through this area. This home is just about 2,439 square feet. So not a small home by any means. Coming up these stairs, you have the game room, loft area, whatever you want to call it. In California, we call them a loft. In Texas, I've learned that they call them a game room. So you have your game room right here. Could be a playroom for the kids, theater room, office, whatever you want to use it for. It's always nice having that additional space. Then coming down the hallway here, kind of for reference, you have your 3 more bedrooms up here. Remember, you had 2 downstairs, you have 3 up here and a full bathroom. So this first one and off this hallway, pretty good sized rooms too. So you can see, obviously you have your 2 twin beds on there, plenty of room for that dresser in the middle, and plenty of room for me to kind of walk around in this room also. Then going into the second room, this one was probably, I think, the biggest of the 3 upstairs. So that's about a queen size bed. You can see you got a couple dressers there, and it's got a big walk-in closet too. So nice size walk-in closet. Again, good size room. This house is not, I keep saying it, but at these price points, in this location, it is actually really, really great. And then coming this way, you're gonna see the double sink there in this full bathroom. So you have double sinks, shower tub combo over here. And it's always kind of cool when they add the door. So you don't really think about it until you live there, but having that door right there going into where the toilet and the shower tub and all that is actually pretty nice, because you get some privacy. So, you got kids getting ready in the morning, they can brush their teeth, do all that. Someone can be in there showering, and it's nice to have that privacy. But coming over here, this is the 5th and final bedroom. Again, pretty big. Actually, I think this one is the biggest room. That was about a queen size bed there. You can see plenty of room for that dresser in front, side tables on either side, and then another big walk-in closet in this room as well. So this one almost, kind of a secondary suite. The only thing it's missing is an attached bathroom. If it had an attached bathroom, that would be amazing, but you do have this shared bathroom right here in that hallway like I showed you for all 3 of those bedrooms. Coming back out through this game room, we're gonna go back downstairs. Kind of just one look at this staircase. So really, really cool. As I said, they use natural light really great in all of these new construction homes. So you saw those big windows way up there. You come in this entryway, it's just really bright, airy, really good vibe in this home. I don't know. I'm a vibe kind of person. When something feels right to me, it feels right, and I like it. If it doesn't feel right, I don't like it. But coming over here, we're gonna go into this primary suite. So you can see really, really good size. That was probably a king size bed there. Plenty of room right here in between the bed and that dresser. Nice little seating area in the corner. Those windows that look out to the backyard. They added that accent wall. The home won't come with something like that, but you can kind of see if you wanted to do something like that yourself, you could, and it just gives the room a little more accent. That's why it's called an accent wall. Coming into the bathroom, double sinks right there, stand-up shower. If there was or is one downside to this floor plan, sometimes people really, really want a tub. So the fact that there's no tub in there could be a downside if you're a tub person. I get a lot of calls from people who like this floor plan and a lot of people who don't want a tub. So it works out well for them because they prefer the stand-up shower by itself. Big walk-in closet, as you just saw there. And then coming back out, we'll take one more look past this double sink vanity through your primary suite one more time, and then we'll go over here and back into this living room and check out the backyard. So coming out of your primary suite, you walk right out into this big living area and go check out this covered patio on the backyard. So really, really nice actually to have this covered patio, especially out here in Houston where it rains all the time and it's super hot for pretty much 7 months of the year. Nice to have that there. And I wanted to point this out too. You have this extra yard space on these lots because they're wider, and you have that 3rd car garage space. So a huge backyard on these homes. All right, let's get back inside. I'm gonna show you these prices and the incentives that this builder is offering right now. Actually, pretty awesome incentives right now. But let's get back in here and walk over to the kitchen and I'll show you guys these prices. So as you saw, this builder has the additional 3rd car garage on a lot of their homes because these are 50-foot wide lots. So they can actually fit more on these lots, so they added that third car garage, as you saw they did on this one. But let me go ahead and flip you around here. So first, let's go ahead, we'll talk about the incentives that they're offering right now. So they're doing a move-in package. You're getting a fridge, washer, dryer, blinds, sprinkler system in the front and back, garage door openers, and like I said, you're getting a 3-car garage on a lot of these options because the lots are wider than the other builders here. But a huge incentive right here, they're doing up to 6% towards closing costs. So just to use rough numbers, let's say you're at a $300,000 house like this one here, that's $18,000 towards closing costs. So you can basically cover all your closing costs and do a rate buy down if you wanted to do a rate buy down to get even better pricing on your mortgage payment. So really huge plus right there at that 6% towards closing costs. But let's take a look at these prices. So the one we just walked, this model home, is called the Bristol floor plan. As you can see, it was a 532, about 2,400 square feet. That one's priced just about $335 right now. But as you can see, homes similar by the same builder. So you're gonna have this kind of the same finishes in all these homes. So Century is kind of a spec builder. So here, let me show you real quick. So you're gonna basically have the same type of countertop, appliances, cabinets. All of this is pretty much gonna be the same. The bathrooms, all of that. And the incentives are all the same too. So as you can see right here, if we get up to this one, the Bridgeport, that's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 3-car garage, just under 1,600 square feet. That one's $265. If you want to get a little bit bigger, this one's $1,869. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage at $275. More 3-car garage right here, the Lexington, 4, 2.5 bath, 3-car garage at $273, basically $274. So for these Century homes, something similar to this one, the floor plan exactly like this. You're at the high point, 230 or 335. That's the biggest one they have. On the low side, basically right here at 265, and everywhere in between for all kinds of different floor plans and different square footage as well. Okay, so not a bad deal right here for these Century homes. It's a great builder too. I've actually sold quite a few Century Communities homes here recently, just within the last year or so. Really quality builder. They're actually very easy to work with as well, and they're pretty willing to negotiate. I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I like working with them, because we can usually get some pretty good deals on these places too. But let's go ahead and we're going to walk down the street to the 1-story home, and I'll show you that one just after we talk about where we're at. Right, as I said, I'm going to pull up a map, show you where we are, amenities, show you all of that stuff. So let's go ahead and do that first, and then we'll jump over to that 1-story. All right, so here we are. As you can see on this map, this red dot up towards the top of the screen, this is Granger Pines right here. So kind of a big zoomed out image of where we are in the Houston area. You can see you got downtown Houston right here. You got your loop system, the 610 loop, Beltway 8 loop, and the 99 loop, just to kind of show you where your big name places are that everyone asks about. You got Pearland, Sugarland, Katy, Cinco Ranch, Cypress, Tomball, the Woodlands, Conroe up here. You got Galveston Island down here at the bottom, Kingwood, Humble, Atascocita, Crosby, Dayton, all a million different places around Houston. A ton of places to live, right? But for the sake of this video and these homes that we're looking at right now, we are going to be right here in Granger Pines. So if we zoom into this area, as you can see right away, the biggest draw to this area in particular, the fact that you're right here super close to the Woodlands. So as I mentioned, you have this 99 loop. This is kind of your newest loop around the, well, it is not kind of, it's the newest loop around the Houston area. So ever since this has been built, we're getting a lot of new development, a lot of stuff popping up right here in between these other main highways, because now you can get in and out of all these areas really quickly. So Granger Pines being one of those, this whole south side of Conroe area is really blowing up. But again, like I said, right here, super close to the Woodlands. So actually we'll take a look at that real quick, see how long it'll take to get to, let's say, the Woodlands Mall, for example. So if we flip these around, you can see we're right here at Granger Pines. It's giving you the distance to my house in Kingwood, which is 35 minutes right now. So if maybe you know somebody in Kingwood and you're gonna move up here, you're 35 minutes to Kingwood. Or if you're in Kingwood and you wanna go that way, it's about 30 minutes. But let's go ahead and flip this around and we'll go to, let's say, the Woodlands Mall. So right now, getting down to the Woodlands Mall, you're about 23 minutes, as you can see here. So it's about 15.5 miles, pretty good. So 23 minutes to the Woodlands. You got a little bit of traffic right here. So just to note too, this right here is Harper's Preserve. So on 242 going to I-45, there's usually a little bit of traffic right here with all this new construction happening. As you can see over here where Granger Pines is, just south you have Artavia, which is, you've probably heard of it if you're looking at new construction in this area. Above it you have Mavera, and then right over here you actually have a brand new one called Evergreen. So there's a lot of development happening here, which means a lot more people, right? So they've actually been widening this 242, but still gets a little backed up right here getting over here to the Woodlands. As you can see, a little bit of traffic right now, not too bad. Other thing that's close by, Costco. So we'll kind of take a look at that too and see how long it takes. You know, if we're 23 minutes to the mall right there, we'll say a little bit less obviously to Costco. So 19 minutes to Costco. Not a bad drive if you got to go do a Costco run, right? And then zooming back out here, you also have Conroe right up here. So it's probably about, you know, another 20 minutes or so to Conroe. Let's take a look at that. Downtown Conroe. Yeah, 20 minutes to downtown Conroe. Another big destination thing, being up here on the north side, a lot of people want to be close to the airport, and that's one of the main reasons people are moving here. Same with me and my family. You know, you can see this blue dot right here, that's where I live. We wanted to be close to the airport. We're from Southern California, so we knew we were going to be flying back and forth. We were going to have family and friends coming out to visit, so it was important for us to be close to the airport. We're about 20 minutes from the airport, but coming up here to Granger Pines, see how long that's going to take, well, to get to IAH. So 31 minutes to the airport. Not a bad drive at all, really. So as you can kind of see, 20 minutes basically to the Woodlands, about a little bit less than 20 minutes to Costco, 20 minutes to Conroe, 30 minutes to the airport. We're about 30 minutes to the back of Kingwood where I live. If you want to get down to, let's say, downtown Houston, it's probably about 45 minutes into downtown if you need to go downtown to, you know, go to a basketball game, go to the ballet, do whatever you want to do downtown. There's a ton of stuff to do. Honestly, especially living on the north side myself, if you're so close to the Woodlands, you pretty much have everything you need right here in the Woodlands. Like, let's go back here, kind of close this out. So again, I think it was 23 minutes to the mall right here. But basically, if you wanted to go downtown, you could. Personally, we spend a ton of time in the Woodlands. If we want to go to a nice dinner, go to a movie, go, you know, just kind of hang out for the weekend, we always end up in the Woodlands. You have the mall right here. You have Market Street right behind the mall, which has a ton of restaurants, a nice, cool, like, pavilion area. You can just hang out. Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, which is basically just a big concert venue. So again, being from Southern California, it's basically our version of the Hollywood Bowl. So you go hang out, concerts, things like that right here. Pretty cool. But going back to kind of speak to, you know, your everyday stuff, kind of where you're gonna do your grocery shopping and most of your hanging out. I already mentioned Costco right here. You can see right by Costco, you have this HEB. So let's go back to Granger Pines here. And then we're also gonna zoom in on this area in a minute. I just wanna show you how far it is to HEB, since that's basically the main shopping, or I guess grocery shopping, that you'll be doing. So if we go over here to HEB, it's trying to give you the one by my house, but I don't want that one. Here, let's go up here. Here, if we go back to Granger Pines, to that HEB, you're 16 minutes. So 16 minutes to your main little shopping right there at HEB. And then as I mentioned, we go back this way. This is Harper's Preserve. So this is all new development, really, really nice area too. And Harper's has, you know, the HEB shopping center. There's also, here, let me exit off of this so we can zoom in a little bit better here. So you have like a bunch of restaurants, things to do right here too. So you have Crust Pizza, True Texas Barbecue, which I think is inside of HEB, Dutch Bros Coffees, Burgers and Kebabs right here. Great Clips, Nails and Spa. It's basically any type of little shopping, commercial shopping center that you have close to wherever you are. It's gonna be that same kind of concept right here. So basically everything you would need is right here in this little Harper's Preserve area. You can see across the street, you got Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, little oil change place, Italian ice cream over here, UPS store. Kind of all your main like go-to places are going to be over here in this area, because as you can see, you know, look at all this green and stuff over here going back this way towards Granger. Here's Grangerland. Granger Pines was right down here. Let's get back over here to it so you can see exactly where it is. So here we are right here. And like I said, so we'll zoom out real quick again. There's really not a ton of stuff to do right here in this community, which is also why you have those price points that you have that you're seeing in this video on these houses that I'm showing you, right? Because if you get over here where all of this stuff is, you get into Harper's, you're pushing 400 or 500 plus. Over here, maybe in the 300s a little bit, but you're basically 400 plus over here. So being in the 200,000s all the way down into the low 200s for some of these homes, there's not a ton here. And just open book with me. If you watch my channel, I'm showing you the good, the bad, the ugly. I really want you to get a good idea about not only these homes, but about these areas, so you can really know if this is going to be good for your lifestyle or not. So putting it all out there. What's cool about it is you are getting in on these lower end price points. And as this place develops, as I mentioned, you have Movera right here, you have Artavia, you have Evergreen that's building. There's more plans for everything along this 242 highway. So there's going to be more coming. It's just not there yet, right? And if, you know, being from Southern California, I've seen the whole Inland Empire blow up. That's kind of what this reminds me of. I always compare Houston right now to like LA, Orange County 20-25 years ago when they first started expanding out to, you know, Riverside and Corona, Rancho Cucamonga, and down in like Menifee and Lake Elsinore, all that stuff. And now we're even getting into Hemet is now developing out as well, which is crazy to me because as a kid, it's like nobody wanted to live out there. But look at it now, and that's really where we're at right now in Houston, is you have all of these places that historically nobody really wanted to live at. But as the city is expanding outward, these are becoming sprawling cities now. So we're kind of at the forefront of that. And it really reminds me of Los Angeles, Orange County 20-25 years ago. So if you know what I'm talking about, you're from that area, you really understand what I'm trying to say and where we're at right now in this Houston market. A couple cool other things I wanted to point out, you know, for the most part, I was talking about this area over here by Woodlands, Harper's Preserve, all of this stuff. But as you can see, you're right in between I-45 and Highway 69. So coming over this way, which is basically just about the same amount of time, about 20 minutes, you have a lot of new development happening right here as well. So one of the big things is they're putting in this huge water park. It's called Big Rivers Water Park. This opened up a few years ago and they're still building it out. I think when it's done, it's supposed to be like the biggest water park in Texas, from what I've heard anyway. But it's pretty cool. You know, I've taken my kids there a couple times. You can go back here. It's kind of, you know, you have your whole little kiddie playground area. There's a big wave pool. Kind of just your quintessential water park. You know, you saw those huge slides. They also do a Christmas light show too. So every Christmas they turn it into a big light show. It's actually pretty cool. But so you got Big Rivers Water Park right there, but you also have what they just opened. Let me see if it's even on this map yet. Yep, right here. So the food zone. So the food zone is kind of a concept where it's basically just a bunch of food trucks with like this big courtyard area in the middle, and there's actually a huge go-kart racing track right behind it too. So you can see great food, kind of just your regular old American type food. You know, you got wings, you got burgers. But what's cool is there's this huge courtyard area right here in the center. So you kind of have the outskirts of it is kind of lined with all these little food truck restaurants. And then you have your courtyard area with grass. You got these little hanging picnic table benches, cornhole. I mean, just a good spot just to go hang out, grab a bite to eat. Here's a good picture, you know. Actually, this is a video. We'll watch this video. Jesus, that's loud.
About 30 minutes outside of Central Houston. The outdoor concept features 17 containers transformed into kitchens with a variety of food, so everyone's happy. Great food and drinks, free parking. What more can you ask for? Follow and stay tuned. I'll share more detail about my experience at the food zone.
All right, cool. There you go. It was a little bit blurry. Sorry about that, but shot of kind of the outside. This is where you would walk in here. Again, just really cool, great food, great spot to hang out. And then as I mentioned, right behind it, you have the racetrack right here. So this is kind of a step up from your normal little go-kart racetrack, as you can see, but really cool. So to me, I actually haven't been to this racetrack yet, but if I had friends or family that were into this kind of thing, actually be a great spot to go hang out, race some cars during the day, and then hit that food truck joint afterwards and just hang out, have dinner, have drinks, have a good time. So really, really cool having that. And as I mentioned, you know, going back to the map, you're you know, just about 20 minutes from Granger Pines right there. And there's a ton of more development happening all around this area too. Even getting down over here into New Caney, which is right here. You have a whole new shopping center, Target, bunch of stuff right here as well. So as far as location goes, I feel like I talked a lot about that. But being right here, Granger Pines, like I said, you're easy over here to the Woodlands, easy over here to Highway 69, getting down to the airport, getting into town, just getting up to Conroe, wherever you need to get. And that's really why this whole area right here is starting to blow up recently. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this second house. This is gonna be the 1-story home by Legend. And then after that, we're gonna talk more about kind of amenities right here in Granger Pines, and then look at the schools also and see what schools we're zoned to here. But before we get to this house, if you would hit that like button for me, that helps me out a ton. You wouldn't even imagine how much that helps. Ever since I actually started asking you guys to do that in my videos, which I'm not even supposed to say right now because, you know, whatever. But ever since I started asking you guys to do that and you actually are doing it, it's starting to blow up my channel so much, and it's been so cool to see. And I'm appreciative of it. So if you want to help me out and you want to support, you know, maybe you're watching this and you're not moving yet, but you like this content, you like what I'm providing and the value I'm providing in these videos, showing you all of this stuff, hit the like button. That's the best way to support me right now. So I appreciate that. Let's go ahead, get into the second house. Again, this is that 1-story. And what's cool about this 1-story is if you actually build this one from the ground up, which they still have some lots available, it can be a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that after we walk through this house and kind of show you what that setup would look like. So let's get over there right now. All right, so here we are at this 1-story home. A few facts on this one. So this one's actually pretty cool because it can be built as a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, which is the way this model is set up, and it has a flex room / office. You can also build it, which they have one available, as a 4-bed, 3 full bath. So after this walkthrough, I'm going to show you how that's kind of set up. So coming in, you have this front office flex room right here to the left. So very, very common here in Houston, where you have a flex room or an office or an extra bedroom towards the front of the home, which is pretty nice. And then just across there, this would actually kind of be more of a hallway, and then that's the 2-car garage where those offices are. So you would walk into this area right here from your garage. First, to the left, you have your half bath right here off the hallway. So nice little half bath. And again, I'll show you, this is actually converted into a full bath if you do the 4-bedroom option. So I'll show you that in a minute too. And then coming out this way, you have your dining room, your kitchen. It's kind of cool. You have like that little double island setup right there. I'll show you that in a second, but we're going to come to the right and you have your laundry room right here. So really good size laundry room, plenty of space to get in there, add a little workstation if you need to, or a little mud room in that back wall right there. And then you have your 2 bedrooms. So first bedroom right here to the right in this hallway. Really good sized rooms. You know, I didn't open up those closets, but you do have a pretty good sized closets on here. I should have opened those up to show you guys, but I forgot when I was doing this. So down this little hall, you have your 2 bedrooms, and you can see that full bathroom right there as well. So right here, this bedroom basically just mirrors that other one. So really good sized rooms. You can see kind of have some oversized vanities or dressers on either side of that bed, and then another good sized closet there as well. And then out here to the right, you have your full bathroom. So shower tub combo, actually really, really nice shower there. And then coming back out, you have your single sink and a little extra kind of countertop space right there. And then back out into this dining room, kitchen. As you can see, you have that first island there, a couple bar stools right there, which is nice. Adds a little, you know, extra dining area as well. And then coming over here, you have your, well, I guess we're gonna look at the dining room one more time. And then back into this kitchen. So you can see granite countertops, a lot of storage. So you have storage under that island, obviously all the storage under right here by the stove and cooktop, and then you have this additional island area where the sink and dishwasher are, and storage under there as well too. And you can see the fridge right across there, and you also have a pantry against that wall right next to the fridge. And then coming over here into the living room, again, you got those nice windows looking out to that backyard, and then again another kind of dining / entertaining space right here on this additional island area with all those bar stools right there. You can fit 4 bar stools, gives you an idea of how big that actually is in person. And then you have your primary suite right here towards the back of the home. So off the living room area, you're gonna have your nice big primary suite looking out those windows out to the backyard, and really good size. That's one thing about all of these homes here in the Houston area. They really focus on the primary suite, making sure that you have plenty of space, plenty of room. That's about a king size bed. You can see you got a ton of room right there in between that dresser along the wall, nice little seating area. And then you have this over here double door entry into your primary ensuite. So you have your big soaking tub and shower combo. So unlike that first one, which did not have a tub, you're gonna have a tub on this one. And then you have a single sink and a big walk-in closet here too. So actually pretty nice having this size closet. And then you have those little built-in storage shelves there. Could be for shoes or whatever you wanted to put in there. And then coming out this way, you actually have just ahead, that door right here I'm gonna open up, you have a pretty good size storage / linen closet right here. And then the toilet room straight ahead there. But coming back around, we're gonna go back out through your primary bedroom, go back into this living area, and then check out this backyard. So you walk out of your primary basically right here, right into your living room. And then we're gonna come out to the backyard. You have, so no covered patio on this one. You do have a good sized concrete area right there, where as you saw, they have it set up with some little outdoor furniture. You can hang out there. It's not covered. You could add a covered patio on there after you purchase your home if you want, and a really good sized backyard too. All right, so let's get back inside this house and check out these prices. But not only these prices, I'm gonna show you one cool thing on this floor plan that you can change. This is a 3-bed, as I mentioned. You can actually turn this one into a 4-bedroom. I'm gonna show you what they do up in the front right now. So you'll lose that little kind of flex room office space right when you walked in. Basically that becomes a bedroom, but I'll show you that in a second. Right now, I'm gonna flip you around and talk about these prices here. All right, so this font is a little bit small, but where I wanna start first is right now they're actually doing a great move-in package where you're getting a washer, dryer, fridge, and blinds throughout the entire home. That's on any home, not just this one, like this one story that we saw. In addition to that, they're doing up to $15,000 towards closing costs. So you can use that to buy a rate down. You can use that to cover your closing costs. However you want to use that 15 grand, they're offering that right now too. So here we go. Let's try to zoom in if we can here. You can see these are all single story homes right here at the top. So you're starting right here at 244, 245,000, 255, 260. I know that's a little blurry. I'm gonna have my editors throw up these prices for you so you can actually see what it says. But right here you're at 245, 255, and 260. The thing I was talking about with this specific floor plan, again, you have your 1-story down here. This is called the Ravina floor plan. You can see these are both the same square footage, 1,729 square feet. This one that they just sold is a 3-bedroom. That is this exact plan we just walked. There's also a 4-bedroom. So I wanna show you what they do up in the front, and you can see prices on those. One they just sold was $276. The one that's for sale right now is $264. But let's flip you back around here. I'm gonna take you this way. Show you essentially what they do up here. So this would become a bedroom. So this would kind of be enclosed off. You would have your door going into your bedroom. And then they turn this into a full bathroom right here. So instead of having the half bath, this would actually be a full bath. So it would make it a full 4-bedroom. This would be the 4th bedroom, and 3 full bathrooms. You would have that one. You have the 2nd full bath by those 2 rooms, and then the main ensuite in the primary bedroom. So a couple different ways you can build this one. But going back to this price list, I want to show you real quick some more. So all of these houses you can see, 255, 265, 265, 259, 269, 275, 276 is the highest priced one on here. So as you can see right here, you're gonna be basically from the 240-ish range up to about 275 on the high end, 280 on the high end. One more cool thing too, I already showed you all the incentives and everything. I was talking to the sales rep when I got here. You actually have water views here. So there's a lake right here on this side of the street, and then there's another water view on this side. So they actually have 4, these highlighted ones right here. These are all water view lots. So you have one right here, and then you have 3 up here that are facing that lake. So really great options right now. Like I said, they're at the beginning phases of this development. So being able to kind of select your lots and really kind of customize something if you want to change a floor plan are all good options right now, because as you can see, they have plenty of inventory, but they're still building plenty for the future here. All right, so there you go. You're basically right here in 250 to 280 range, plus the move-in package, and the closing cost incentive right at 15 grand. Can't beat these deals. We still have this last home to go look at, which is the other 2-story home that I want to show you guys. But first, we're gonna kind of get back to the office and we'll talk about a little bit more about this area and some of the schools that are zoned here. And the elementary school is literally just down the street from where I am right now, but let's check that out. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the amenities right here in Granger Pines, and then we're also going to get into the schools. So I'm going to show you the schools here and where they're zoned to, and also the school ratings on niche.com. So let's go ahead. Right here is the main website. So again, if you want to look at this, you can go to grangerpines.com. You can kind of find everything you need to know about the community itself, the builders, news and updates, the master plan, all of that stuff that we're going to go through right now. You can access this if you want to on your own. So first, the amenities. So they have a few pictures here. What I wanted to do though, I'm actually going to show you this in a second when we go over the mortgage calculator. They actually have some better pictures here on this home. So you can see you have this little pavilion area in the park back here. This park area is called the Grove. So there's a splash pad, there's a park, there's swing sets, ton of stuff for kids to do. And then kind of nice that they added this pavilion. So, you know, if you take your kids over there and they're out there running around playing in the sun, you can at least sit here in the shade and, you know, eat lunch or just do whatever you want to do. But at least you have some shade right here. You can kind of see this park area, and there's a splash pad for little ones as well. But that's pretty much, you know, you got this little hill. And this is all turf too. This isn't real grass. So like, one thing kids like to do, which is actually funny because in the neighborhood I lived in California, they had like it was bigger than this, but there was a turf hill and the kids would get like cardboard and slide down this hill all the time. It was funny, but anyway, they can do that. So this is actually, I'm going to show you this in a second. This was that first house that we looked at. I'm going to pull this up. We're actually going to do a mortgage calculator on this home, but going back over this way, a little bit more about the community, right? So as I said, you have that area, you actually have, that's called the Grove, like I mentioned. That's the community park, splash pad, 6-acre lake, little other parks, trails, the pavilion, just kind of a lot of stuff to do, the nature preserve. But one thing I wanted to point out when you go here to the master plan, I mentioned the lake. So you have that lake right here. The second home we looked at was the Legend home that's right here. So as I mentioned in that video, you have these lake lots. So you're gonna see that they actually have, or not lake lots, but lake view lots, right? You got a water view on some of these. You have your 40-foot home sites, which are all these in the orange, your 45s, and then your 50s. So your 40s are your First America builder, your 45s are Legend, and then the 50s are Century. So that's first house we looked at, those are all Century. And like I mentioned, a lot of those, you're gonna actually get that third additional garage. So you'll have a 3-car garage, not on every single one, but on most of them, they actually do have a 3-car garage, which is really cool. So that's mainly your builders. And you saw, so again, this is Legend, Century, and then you have First America right here. If you remember the beginning of this video, I was in the First America model, which is right here on this little street. And you can see behind me, and it was all just like empty lots. They're gonna build all of that out. So if you wanna build a home from the ground up, they're usually about a 6 to 9 month window on build times, but you have basically your choice of what lot you want and what type of house you want to build right there at First America, Century, and Legend. They have a lot of inventory, so you can pick a move-in ready home and be in it, you know, within a month or two probably, and really great options too, and great floor plans on those homes as well. You can see you have Hope Elementary right here. You have the little neighborhood retail right where you turn in. There's just like a gas station, some little stores, restaurants, and things right here in this area. And then going over here, just a little bit about the community. So you can see tax rate, you're at 3.15. Your HOA is $650 a year. So one thing that's a little bit different than what I was used to in California. We paid our HOAs in California monthly, and it was stupid expensive. Out here, they're paid annually, and they're usually not bad at all. $650, you're kind of your average for a community that has like a ton of parks and tennis courts and basketball courts and pools and lazy rivers, all that stuff. Those are probably going to be more around like the $1,200 to $1,400 a year range. So you're still only talking about $100 a month, and you don't pay it monthly anyway, you pay it annually. So you'll get a bill from your HOA every year. You pay that bill, you're good for the year. And then other main thing I wanted to show you here. So, you know, you have kind of your things I mentioned during the map tour of this video, and kind of showed you everything there is to do close by. But the schools, which is a huge question that I get from people, is what are the school ratings? Where are the schools? Where is the zone to? So I'm going to show you these right now. You have Hope Elementary, Granger Intermediate, Moorhead Junior, and Caney Creek High School. And again, I'm not allowed to steer or tell you what's good, what's bad, any of that. So in light of me trying not to get in trouble, I'm just giving you data. So this is all public knowledge data. Niche.com is a great resource, by the way. So if you're just trying to find not only about schools, but just areas, you can search any area or zip codes on niche.com and it'll give you ratings. So you can see right here, Granger Pines is zoned to Conroe ISD. Conroe ISD, according to niche.com, is #1 best school district in Montgomery County, and it is massive, by the way. I'm going to show you this map in a second and show you the area that Conroe ISD covers. It's crazy. But overall niche grades are A academics, A teachers, A clubs and activities, A diversity, A plus college prep, A minus administration. Main thing, like I said, when I go on here and I want to look at schools, first thing I do is I see that top section and then I come pull up this map. So as you can see, you know, here was that 242. If you can kind of remember the map that I showed you, Granger Pines is right up here. And these are going to be your schools. But the first thing I want to show you on this is how massive Conroe ISD is. So this is Conroe right here. This is actually like downtown Conroe. When people think of Conroe, they think of this area here. You have Lake Conroe up here, but look how far down this goes. This goes all the way down here, almost to Kingwood, Humble. Like this is all spring also. So you have like Woodson's Reserve down here, Bender's Landing, all of that is encompassed into Conroe ISD. This is the Woodlands too. So all of the Woodlands is in Conroe ISD. And once you're out here and you see how far, like this is probably like a solid 45 minutes to get down here to this area and up here to Conroe. So it is a massive area that Conroe ISD covers. So let's go ahead. Sorry, I don't know if that was important to you or not, but it was crazy to me when I realized how big it was. But here we are, here's Grangerland. Granger Pines is right down here. The schools we were zoned to, as I mentioned, you had Moorhead Junior, you had Caney Creek High, and Grangerland Intermediate. So and Hope Elementary actually isn't on. That's the one I was kind of wondering about as I looked at these. It's not on, it's right here actually. This is Granger Pines, here's Hope Elementary. It's not on niche.com, it's a newer school, so that's probably why. But as you can see, Caney Creek High, B-, B+ at Moorhead Junior, and a B+ at Grangerland Intermediate. So really good rated schools. And then going back over here, not much else on this. I really just wanted to show you that so you have an idea of where the schools are, what the ratings are. And then going back to the community, you have this part of the website too for news and updates. So again, if you wanted to go on grangerpines.com, you can kind of get a good idea of what's going on, what they're doing there. Just everything that the community is taking part in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into that last home, which is the First America 2-story home. So as I mentioned at the beginning, really a ton of requests coming in for high ceilings in the living room. And this, at this price point, that $273, $275 price point, is insane. It's really hard to find, and First America is doing it. So you got those high ceilings, the big windows, the open staircase railing looking up there into that game room and the hallway where those other bedrooms are. Really awesome floor plan. In my opinion, this one and that first one we looked at, the Century Home 2-story, that was the biggest floor plan that they have in Granger Pines. Both really awesome if you want a 2-story, right? The main difference is that First America home, obviously a lot less expensive. And you got those really high ceilings, which is cool. But before we get over there, go ahead and hit that like button for me, whether it's over here, wherever it is on your screen, hit that like button for me. I appreciate you guys so much. And always remember, if you're thinking about moving out here to the Houston area, give me a call. All my information is right here. So that's all my direct info too. That's my email, that's my phone number. You call, I answer. You text, I answer the text. I answer the emails. I get on the Zoom call with you and show you everything that basically I'm showing you right now. I can screen share with you, show you a map, really help you figure out what part of Houston you want to be in, and then really help you throughout. It's me the entire time. I'm helping you find your home, get under contract, get inspections, do all of that stuff that you need to do to make sure you're taken care of throughout this process. And we get you your new home right here in Houston. So again, hit the like button for me. I appreciate you guys. Let's check out this last house. All right, here we are at the third and final house. As you can see here, you got a 2-car garage and then your little walkway / front porch right here to the left. You see that whole area out there to the left of the house? Those are all lots. So those are all open lots ready to build on. So you can see First America has a lot of options to build homes from scratch right here. Coming in, this is what everyone loves, right? You have the huge vaulted high ceilings right there in the living room, all those windows running all the way up, letting in just a ton of natural light. Then you have your little kitchen area back here off to the left. You have that little dry bar where they have their coffee station set up, nice gas cooktop there, and then looking back from your kitchen over the island into that living room. So that's really the big draw, is this living room, dining, kitchen area. You have a nice big walk-in pantry here, and then coming back over here this way to show you one more time, big tall ceilings, those windows going all the way up basically to the ceiling, and then we'll come around this way and show you the view. You can see right up into that game room. And then off to the right, you actually have another hallway that leads into those bedrooms up there. So really, really cool. And then you have your dining area off to the side of the living room. So different concept on this home. You saw on those other ones, you kind of have a long, narrow dining, living, and kitchen area. Here it's kind of like an L shape. So you have your little L shape, you have dining room over here, living room basically in the middle, and then your kitchen over there off to the side. So some people prefer this setup because it's not so like long where you got to walk through the kitchen or walk through something to get to another room. But coming down this hallway, you're gonna have your primary right there to the left. You have another bedroom down here, and you also have this full bathroom here. So you have a full bath downstairs, shower tub combo, and single sink there. And then as you turn around here, I'll take you down this hallway, and you're going to have your first bedroom downstairs. So this bedroom honestly was a little bit small. They have it set up as an office right here. So, remember, you still have 2 more bedrooms upstairs. So if you wanted to use this bedroom as an office, or it's right next to the primary, so somebody that might have a very small child that wants to be close to them, you have that right there also. And then you have your laundry room right here across from your primary and that second bedroom downstairs. And we'll go out this way, one more look at this living room area, and go up these stairs and check out the game room and the additional bedrooms upstairs. So pretty cool. Normally I skip the stairs for your sake, but I really, really like this whole walking up the stairs. You got the view of everything basically. So it's actually pretty cool. You get up here, you have this big game room area. So they have it set up kind of as a theater slash secondary living room, I guess you could say. And again, just looking out, you got all those windows out there, great views. Great view down into that living room. Really, really cool space on how they set this thing up. And at this price, you really don't find this anywhere else. But coming up here to what would be the third bedroom in the home, kind of hard to tell because they have it set up right here as an office space for the sales reps. But you have that bedroom. And then right here down this hallway, you have your what would be the fourth bedroom in the home. We haven't looked at the primary yet, but this would be the fourth bedroom. Again, pretty decent sized room. Nice little step-in closet. I didn't go in there, but I wouldn't consider it a walk-in because you can't really walk in there. You kind of just step in. And then right here off this hallway, you have the full bathroom that would be shared between these 2 bedrooms up here. So single sink, shower, and tub combo right here. And then coming back out this way, you had a little linen closet right there as well. And then coming around, one more view of this game room, all these windows. That's one of my favorite things, and actually one of all of y'all's favorite things too when you call me, is just how they use natural light in these homes. And everybody says, I want windows everywhere. And these builders know that, and they are building these homes specifically for y'all requesting these things. But let's get over here. We'll check out the primary suite, and then we'll go check out the backyard too. So coming in here, you can see again, really good sized room. I would say of the 3 homes that we looked at today, this one's probably the smallest primary, but still good size. Again, that's probably about a king size bed. You got your dresser right there in the front. You have a little bit of space on either side for some nightstands next to the bed. But coming in here, the primary ensuite is actually probably one of the nicer ones. You have a separate soaking tub and a separate stand-up shower right there, and then you have double sinks. So comparing the 3, the first one didn't have a tub, second one had a tub shower combo and only 1 sink, and then on this one you have a separate soaking tub, stand-up shower, and double sinks, and a walk-in closet. So something that's kind of, a lot of times we get torn when we come and look at these houses because it might have one feature you love, but then you don't like something else. So a lot of options though to choose from with these builders. And we'll come out this way, and then you can see you have that laundry room right there, and then coming down this hallway, leads out to the backyard. So this one, you're gonna have the same kind of nice little covered patio area, which is always nice to have here in Houston. Really good sized yard too. So depending on where your lot is on this street, this is kind of gonna be your standard size yard right here. So plenty of yard space. You're not like right next to your neighbor, which is good. And then one last view of that back porch area, covered patio. Really great home. All right, so as I already showed you at the beginning of this video, this exact floor plan is going for right around $273, $275, but they do have other inventory and other floor plans at different price points. So we're gonna pull those up here as we get back inside this house. And we'll walk over here into this kitchen. Actually, kind of torn on this one. A lot of times you'll have your back patio right off of the living space. This one, you kind of got to go down this hallway where they have this little office set up to get outside. You know, all honesty, I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but this living room kind of makes up for it. Everybody really loves this one, as I already told you, but let's take a look at these prices. Here we go. Okay, so this right here is current inventory. Actually, where we're gonna start is with the incentives, just like all the other ones I showed you. So right now, First America, they're offering a $25,000 incentive. That's supposed to be a K. I have terrible writing, as you can see. $25,000 incentive, $15,000 towards options and upgrades, and then $10,000 towards closing costs. And this is, as I said, the current inventory. So you can see right here, you got a 1,560 square foot home. They just dropped that price to $249,990. This one here is 1,894 square feet, 4 bed, 3 bath, $269,990. You got another one, basically the same floor plan as that one next to it, same price as well, $269,990. And then you have a Chesapeake. This one's a 2,049 square foot home, 4 bed, 2.5 bath, $279,990. That's just what they have available right now. And then they have plenty to build. As I said, they're kind of in the first phase of this whole community. So there's a ton of lots. As you saw in the intro, there's a million lots behind me. You can see where they start. So you got your 1-stories up here in this first section, starting all the way down to $221,990. So you got 221, 230, 240. 1-stories are basically from 221 up to 243, 244 price point. And then you get up to your 2-stories, which go from about 1,880 square feet up to the Matagorda, which is this model home that we just walked through, is the biggest one at 2,084. So you're talking 58,990 up to about 275,990 for the most expensive one. Okay, so as you see, great prices, great incentives on here. And what we're gonna do next, as I come out of here, what we're gonna do next is go back to my office. We're gonna pull up a mortgage calculator, kind of run some numbers on these things and see what it's actually gonna cost you for a mortgage, or rough numbers anyway, what it would look like on a mortgage on one of these homes in these price points. All right, so the most important part, how much do these homes actually cost, right? What's a monthly mortgage gonna look like? Again, these are all rough numbers. You gotta get in contact with the lender and run credit, and they look at your DTI, your debt to income ratio. They look at a ton of stuff, which gives you a more accurate interest rate, just kind of using what market rate is about right now. And you know, obviously this is before we negotiate too. So I'm gonna show you kind of what their asking price is, and each one of them is doing different incentives. So I'm gonna try to add that in there too and try to get a good number of what you can look at for a home like these. So I pulled up this first one. This was the Century home that we looked at first, the 2-story. As you can see, they got this one priced at $334,990. So this was the big 5-bedroom, 3 full bathroom, 2,439 square feet, the biggest home that they have here. We'll check out these pictures here first. So again, obviously we already walked through this whole house, so you kind of saw the walkthrough, but just want to give you another quick glance at this house so you can see it in still photos along with that walkthrough that we did. So really, really gorgeous house. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get back down here. Laundry room, backyard. You know, as I showed you in that backyard, you had that extra 3rd car garage space, which makes this yard actually about 5 to 10 feet wider than those other yards that we looked at. So really, really cool home here. Century is honestly one, I think I said it already, but they're one of my favorite builders to work with. They build a quality home, usually always willing to negotiate as well. And then the incentives, which I got right here. We're gonna price this thing out for right here on HAR. So if you go on HAR, you know, it already has the tax rate in here. You can actually do this yourself too. So if you're on har.com, you scroll down, there's a mortgage calculator right here. So you can see it already has the price in here. It's kind of auto set at 20% down, 30 years, and I had put in 7% since that's kind of the interest rate right now. So you're looking at about 2620 with P&I and property taxes added in there. So about 2,600 a month. But the incentive, right? So the incentive that Century is doing right now is 6% towards closing costs. So at $330,000 price point, just to use rough numbers because I'm not a mathematician, if it were 300, 1% is $3,000, so 6% would be 18,000. Obviously we're a little bit above that, so you're talking like 19, 20 grand towards closing costs. And what a lot of people are doing, I'm going to show you how this works out. I always try to explain it and it's a little bit confusing, but being able to see it right here might help you out. So one of the things too, say you're coming in with like 3.5% down at 7%, you're at 2988, right? So if you do a FHA loan with 3.5% down, and maybe that's just too much for you to handle, right? $3,000, maybe you're priced out right there. But if you take that incentive, that $19,000, $20,000 incentive, and you're able to buy your interest rate down as much as possible with that money, say you get it down and you're somewhere in the 5% range, you calculate that, you're down to $2,572, so about a $400 a month savings just using that incentive that you didn't even pay for. The builder is paying for that. So you're saving over $400 a month just to use their incentive to buy that rate down. But say, a lot of people want to use it to pay for their closing costs so they don't have to come out of pocket any more money. So say you do that, but you're still able to buy the rate down a little bit, maybe call it 6%, you're at $2,775 a month. And again, this is the highest price point home in this community, the biggest house, most bedrooms, biggest square footage as well. Say you want to do 20% down, you're at $2,444 at 6%. And if you were able to buy that rate down, even let's say 5.25, you're down to $2,300 a month. So basically, kind of the way you can work the numbers with that incentive and buy that rate down is really going to save you hundreds of dollars a month on your payment and hopefully be able to help you afford a home like this, a home that you like. So, and again, that's the highest price point. We're going to check out these other ones that are in the 200s and see what those ones look like. Okay, so here we are, pulled up the second home that we looked at, the Legend home. That was the 1-story, right? So this one here is actually for sale right now. You can see it's priced at $264,990. This is a 4-bed, 3 full bathroom. So this one, as I showed you in that video, how it could be a 3-bed with an office or a 4-bed with the full bathroom right there off of it. This is actually that 4-bed, 3 full bath concept, right? So coming in here, actually look at these pictures because this is the exact home that you would buy if you wanted to buy this home. It's for sale right now. It's completely done. You have that first bedroom up in the front and that full bathroom, right? The model home had an office and a half bath. So you come out here into the dining, kitchen, and living room area. You had that island, kind of a double island setup right there in the kitchen, open concept over into the living room as well. You had those additional bedrooms down here, and then the 4th primary bedroom over here in the back of the home. So we already looked at that house, right? We walked through it, just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what this one, a finished home without being staged. Basically, it's just cut and dry. This is what you would get. Then obviously you come in here, put your furniture and decorations and all that and make it your own. But this is what it would look like completely finished out. And this one's actually got a huge backyard too, so that's pretty nice having that big backyard. But let's price this one out real quick. All right, so again, if you remember, Legend was doing that $15,000 towards closing cost incentive, so a little bit less than what Century was doing. Century was doing 20, but still really, really great incentive. So again, you scroll down here on hard, you got the list price here. You got your 20% down, which is just what it automatically starts at, 6.79 rate. You're right around $2,000 a month for a home like this one, actually just like this one, right? But let's say you want to use this 15 grand to buy this rate down. Even if you get down to, say 5.5%, you're 1866, and that's with 20% down still. Let's say you're doing 3.5% down, you're at 2114 for a home like this. Say you're 10% down, calculate that, $2,000 a month. But say you only want to buy it down a little bit and use the rest of that incentive money to pay for your closing costs, you'll be at 2169 with 10% down. You'll be right here at 2002 with 20% down. Let's say you're doing as little as 3.5% down with FHA, you're at 2278 at a 6.5% rate, right? Again, being from Southern California and knowing how much rent is and how much I still have family that are out there that are renting apartments for a 2-bedroom apartment, literally like $4,000 a month, which is insane to me. when you can come out here and get a 4-bed, 3 full bathroom house, big backyard, privacy, like get all of that for, you know, $2,200 a month. It's crazy to me, but to each their own, right? So if this is what you're looking for, sorry I get on my little soapbox every now and then, but if you're looking for something like this is around what you can expect to pay. Obviously, like I said before, this is all kind of just rough numbers. You got to get with the lender, really run numbers on your particular credit situation or down payment, whatever you got going on. They'll give you the real hard numbers. All right, so let's talk about First America now. So they don't have that exact floor plan, that Matagorda, like listed online right now, so I can't show you the price of that. But what they do have that's actually listed was the old model home. So they're actually selling the old model home that was right across the street from that one I showed you earlier. So take a look at some of the photos. You can kind of see what this one looks like. It's still got the vaulted ceilings, but it doesn't have that open staircase and the big windows up here towards the top. So you still have that vaulted ceiling living room area here. Going over here into the kitchen, you have this little bar top area right here off the kitchen. So you have your dining room, maybe put some bar stools right there, laundry room, nice little kitchen setup. And then going upstairs too, you have your primary right here. You know, again, a lot of these model homes, they put these accent walls in and kind of make them look a little bit nicer. So that's what's actually pretty nice about buying a model home, is there's already some updates in it. So double sinks there, you go upstairs, you have this big game room area, and then your additional bedrooms and bathroom as well too. And then the great thing about this, it's kind of on like a little, it's not a cul-de-sac because there's a street that runs through, but it's like a little circular area off of the street. So you got this huge backyard and the covered patio as well too. So really, really cool having that big yard. But let's go ahead. The reason I picked this one is priced right at $307. So we looked at one that was in the 200s, right? We looked at one that was $330. So we're gonna look at one that's right here around 300. I'll actually, when we go down to this calculator, I'll change it to 300. That way we got a nice even number to play with these numbers. So again, you're right here, 20% down, 6.79 interest rate, you're basically $2,300 a month. The incentive that they're doing right now, they're doing a $25,000 full incentive, which $15,000 of that, if you were building from the ground up, they'll use towards options and upgrades on the home. 10,000 of that you can use towards closing costs. So you can use that to buy your rate down. Basically very similar to the other one. So say you're at 5.5% down with 20, or 5.5 interest rate with 20% down, 2137. Say you're going down to 3.5%, 2418. And that's at 5.5%. Say you don't want to use anything to buy the rate down and you're going to stick with, you know, maybe you get 6.75 at 3.5% down, and you use all of that money to cover your closing costs, which means less money out of your pocket. You're about $2,652 a month. So very similar range, right? That one story, you could be right around $2,000 if the interest rate buy down and everything works out right. You can be right around $2,000. For that big one, that was $335. Essentially, you're going to be up in that higher $2,000 range, depending on rate and the buy down and all that. Basically, anywhere from $2,500 to $2,900. And then right here, you're kind of right there in the middle, right? That's why I wanted to do all three of these price points. You're essentially 21 to 25, 2650 right here on the high end. All right, so we covered a ton of ground today in this video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Hit that like button for me if you haven't already, wherever it is on your screen. Hit that like button for me. Again, we covered so much. We covered the map, the area, 3 of these houses, amenities, the schools, mortgage calculator, a ton of information that I hope was valuable to you. And again, if you're thinking about moving out here to the Houston area, go ahead and reach out to me. All of my contact info is right here. That's my direct info again. So that's my cell phone. You call it, I answer. You text, I answer. You email, I answer those emails. We schedule a Zoom call together. I'm the one on that Zoom call with you, and I'm the one with you throughout this entire process of not only just finding a good area for you, finding your home, but once you do find a home, helping you through, you know, everything that comes along with it, the lending, the inspections, the appraisals, all of that stuff. I'm right here by your side the entire way. So go ahead and reach out. And again, that's pretty much it. But as always, I appreciate you. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.